Hello guys and welcome. I'm glad you're here with us today. We're doing another list build and this time we're going back to the Empire and we are going back to a bounty hunter. We're calling this list the Big Bad Bossk. Now here's the reality of this list. It's all based around Bossk throwing dice from a far distance with lots of aims and trying to get as many hits as it can on different units, causing mayhem, forcing people to be drawn in and then killed by your close range units or your shorter range shooting units when they get close. The whole point of this is keeping Bossk alive. I think Bossk can be very survivable and making him the big hitter and then having the right situation to pop guys out and make big hits and splash. This is not going to be a heavy activation list because there are going to be some expensive units in this to give us the most we can out of Bossk here. And so we're going to go to this right now and we're going to kind of get going on this. So we're going to head over to this list builder. We're actually going to change it over to here. Let's go there and we're going to get right in there. And of course, if this is a boss list, we're going to need to get Bossk. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go down and not Boba Fett this time, but we're going to go with Bossk. Now with Bossk, one of the things I'm going to do here is we're going to look at some cards. The object here is to keep them alive. So outmaneuver is going to be a must on this because we want to be able to dodge those crits when he gets dodges. Or is he ever going to take a dodge? How is he going to get a dodge? I'll think about that in a second. We will try to get him dodges. Okay, we'll figure that out. Okay, we need to get him at least one dodge and then be able to keep the dodge on him. And then Hunter, because we're going to be shooting at wounded units a lot and leaders and different things and stuff like that. That's what we're going to be focused on. And then we're going to give ourselves targeting scope so we can re-roll 3. Now let's look at Bossk here because it's important that we look at, here's Bossk typical throwing dice from range. 1 red, 4 white, pierce 1, suppressive. So this is going to hurt some people. We're going to try to keep people in 2 to 4 range. If they get in close, then we're going to hit them hard with that and all the other units around them. We can get enraged, which then he'll become charge available. Expert climber, we can get him up on something good. Regenerate 3. This will be one of those things to help us keep surviving it. So at the end of your activation, you roll 1 white defense die for each wound token. You have up to 3 for each surge or block. You remove 1 wound token. So this is going to be helping him get survived. And he surges to crit. So therefore, he's got 2 chances on every white dice to get a crit and a hit. So he's, 3 out of 8 spots. Not the best odds, but not bad. And on the red dice, he's even got better chances. So how are we going to get these aims? And how are we going to get this guy hitting more? Well, here's where the big part comes. The Big Bad Bossk. Well, the big part really in this whole list is Emperor Palpatine. Now you're thinking, why Emperor Palpatine? He's so expensive. Yeah, we're not going to get a lot of lists. I told you we're not getting a lot here. But here's the thing. Pulling strings. Choose a friendly trooper at range 1 to 2. And that unit may perform an attack action or a free move action. So this is a chance for us to every turn give Bossk another attack. So now we're throwing those dice twice in a turn. And then the Bossk has a card where he gets an extra attack. So in that turn, he's getting 3 attacks. If we do that at the right timing, this is really going to be able to push Bossk attacks up. Entourage Imperial Royal Guards. This is another key. We're going to be able to get our Royal Guards a unit. And these Royal Guards are going to be helping keep Bossk alive, but also insurance that we can pop them out if something gets within range 2 and lay a beating on them. So the idea is get them behind line sight blocking cover, but in sight of Bossk. And so the Empire and the Empire Guards are sitting back there and just kind of helping keep Bossk alive. We can see how we're going to do this in a moment. And the immune to pierce. Is good. Master Force 2, so you can be upgrading those cards back. And if somebody does get in range, 1 to 2 of them, he's got Pierce 2 suppressive. Well, 6 dice. Really great. Really great. Expensive. I don't use them very often because of the cost, but I think that this list is going to work. So we're going to put Force Barrier. That's to block shots that are hitting Bossk or any of the other units around there. That's our first line of defense. And then we're going to put Force Choke. It's not going to be used a lot here because the reality is he's not going to be using it a lot unless someone gets close, but then it's there for when we need it. And then the last Force one was going to do Force Guidance. Choose up to 2 friendly units at range 1 to 2, and each unit gains a Surge token. Now we're going to be using these Surge tokens. We'll get to that. That's going to be handy. And now going over here, we're going to put Vigilance because we want him to get a dodge and then just keep putting that dodge back on Bossk anytime he has one at the end. And so that's kind of what we're doing there. So we'll look at that. We're at 342 points and we have 2 activations. So we got to get core. So right here, we're going to flip over to our core, and our first core is going to be shore troopers. And you're thinking, well, shore troopers are not cheap either. You're right. They're not. We're going to come back to how we're going to use those in a second, but those are what we're going to go first. The next thing we're going to do is our snow troopers. They're going to be doing some duck and hit things, which will be great. Then we're going to go with our mortars. Okay, and so our mortars are important because the mortars are going to be able to, fire into with Bossk with him. And so when the mortars fire with Bossk, we're going to get another 3 white there with critical 1 and suppressive. The critical one's not big when it's going with Bossk, but we're getting that other suppression. So right there, Bossk is going to be putting 3 suppression on them. Actually, no, suppressive doesn't stack. Sorry, suppression doesn't stack. So 2 suppression. 1 for his weapon, 1 for... But if you use this with somebody else as well, getting suppression. We don't always have to use it with Bossk, but there's an opportunity. And then we will give it that aim because it's going to get a lot of order tokens. Now, we'll talk about how we're going to get order tokens there. Now we're going to head over to another part of the meat of our thing, and that's some Royal Guards. And we're getting up there already. We're going to, right while we're in here, we're going to take a scout unit, and that scout unit is just going to take a sniper. We're going to leave it like that for now. One of these Royal Guard units, we are going to put that on there for when they get in close. And then we are going to be putting on both Royal Guard units. We're going to be putting Guardian, so that way they can guard the crits. So let's put that on this one as well. That. Now, with these guys, we're going to put our dodge producing. They're going to produce a dodge. They're going to be the one producing a dodge for us when they're not doing things. That's one of the units that can give opportunity to produce a dodge if they're not doing anything else. And so that just gives us some more ability to pump dodges out there. Now, I said we're going to want to get these guys in here. These guys, now, if we look at them, they got target 1. So if they're issued an R, or they get an aim, they got coordinate. So they're going to help get us our troopers something. And let's see what we can do with these guys to make them a little bit better. We're going to put these guys in the open? Probably not. Let's move over to this, and we're going to throw Gideon Haas, and that way we can get, if we can get orders to these guys, we can get them to give orders to other people and kind of make our orders kind of more things. So we can guarantee orders by giving them comm and then giving them the comms, at least a couple times giving in orders there. Now, we have 39 points left. Well, let's take that out. Let's take that out and see what we got. We got 60 points now, and we can quickly throw in, maybe. Let's see what happens. Give us, because we do need some way of taking down vehicles if we have to, there. So now we're 14 points over. So how do we make up that 14 points? We take an aim off of that. That's 5. Go there. We make up some of that points, but we really lose our order activation. Let me take a look at our command cards and see how much we actually get order activation anyways. So, Palpatine only. Bossk only. We're definitely taking that. Bossk only. We're definitely taking that. So 3 turns, we're not getting anything to help them get orders out there. Okay, so that's right there. Empire Palpatine only. Okay. So another card that we're not getting anything but. Now, Palpatine gets everybody, so that doesn't matter. Palpatine's over. So really, Gideon Haas isn't going to make that big of a difference. So if we take out Gideon Haas, and then we have 15 points to work with, nothing there. That's 18 points. Well, we can put that on. It might give us another thing, and just lose. Not targeting scopes. Where is it? Where is the Mortars? Lose that. There we got 798. the whole point of this unit is really just kind of helping. We needed to get this unit, and I thought this unit would be helpful to put some hits in. This unit shoots okay. It can hold units. It gives us 9th activation. I think this is not a bad thing. But remember here, the kind of thing that we want to do is, let's look at the objectives. But the kind of thing we want to do is we want to find some light line sight blocking terrain. We're going to put Bossk above where he can be seen, see things, and then we're going to have everybody just seeing behind him and protecting Bossk until people get in close range. Then these Royal Guards will step out, and the Royal Guards step out. They have 2 black at range 2. The unit has 3, so that's 6 black at range 2. The other one has 4. And you got your pike force pikes, and so we got some good things. They have Guardian 2, and this is the whole key here. They're going to be guarding 2 wounds off of Bossk or anybody else in that area that's firing, that's out in the open. They're going to kind of protect them, keep them alive. They have Discipline 2, which they remove up to 2 suppressions, so they might be taking a little bit of suppression. And they have Charge. So if you get close, they're going to make you pay. But with Protector, they can now Guardian those surges, the crits that come in, and they got a portable scanner. They can give a dodge to the people out front, and it just gives us a really good opportunity to targeting scopes might be a waste on these guys. Let me see, that's 4 points. We can spend to the max here. Let's see, and get another take cover early on. If I use it twice, that's worth it. Yeah, let's go there maybe. Get myself a little bit more dodge early on. Our snow troopers, they can poke and fire, so they're great to step out, shoot, and step back in because of steady. And so they're not throwing a lot with just the white dice there at range 3, but every other turn, you can throw a black and 2 whites, and ion, and impact. So if you're having to face a few vehicles, it gives us a little bit of an option there. And the other thing that gives us a little bit of option, and the reason we put them in was the stormtroopers, and we put them in for that big shot, 3 blacks, range 2 to 4, impact 3. They're not moving anywhere. They're like Bossk. They're going to sit there, and they'll be protected by the Royal Guards. So it'll be Bossk and him and the Morts all shooting, and of course the strike teams, and then these guys protecting them, and Empire stepping behind, and the snow troopers popping in and out and firing. So now we need to get their guys into a place where they can be protected and hitting things, and so we need to make objectives that are going to lean to that. So one is breakthrough, because people have to come to you, so they have to come out in the open. So that's not a bad thing, and then you can make a quick push if you have to. The other thing is key positions. You can guard that middle one, and use one of maybe my shore troopers to steal that one on our own side and hold it. I don't want to play recovered supplies because they can get in and run out. Sabotage moisture wrappers could be decent. Don't really want to play hostage exchange, but maybe not bombing run. Payload. Okay, so we got payload. Again, that's because they have to come to you, and you can slowly do that. So it's either intercept transmissions, but then I have to move maybe to get that if it's got a bad lay or a bad place. Here, hostile environments, a trooper unit whose unit leader is not in base contact with a piece of terrain cannot remove suppression during this end phase, which is important to me because the reality is I'm going to be shooting a lot of suppressive weapons, and I want them to be running off the field. I don't want limited visibility because I want to be shooting from range. I don't know about clear. Minefields, I don't mind. I'm not moving a lot. And war weary, I definitely want. Again, trying to make them run with my suppression. So now it comes to the last one. So do I want supply drops? Maybe, but then they're going to get some good things, and they're going to be moving more than me. Fortified positions, that's going to make my shots harder. I don't want to be rapid reinforcements. So it's either clear conditions or supply drops. Fortified. I'm going to do fortified. A lot of people don't like it. But as I said, it's probably not going to be. Now, let's look at this other thing. I want to quickly go back, as well as pulling strings. I want to go back here. He has Master Force 2, so I'm recovering a lot of stuff there. And as I said, I'm going to be guarding a lot with these guys with the red save. They're going to have the surge to defense because that's what the Emperor's going to give them. So we're going to get Emperor giving them that, and then they'll have a bit better chance. The other thing is they're going to get an order because of the Emperor. So there's the list. That's what I'm thinking. This is a Bossk-centric list. This is my boss, Big Bad Bossk. And I think we're going to see a lot of big hits. I think his command cards are going to be a big help. I didn't go over his command cards, but I should quickly show you this one. This one's just a mine you can put out front just to be guarding them a bit, and you have detonate for later. This is just a mine you can put out front and you can have guarding them and keep them safe. Then we're going to go ahead to this card here. This one, the Reptilian Rampage. This is the big one. This is the one that's going to be the main one. During boss activation, he can perform up to 2 attack actions and suffer 1 wound, perform a free move action. We're not probably going to use that move action, but the 2 attacks and then the pulling strings attack, we're gonna be hitting 3 times in that turn. Lying in wait, also boss gains sharpshooter. After the enemy activates, boss gains 1 aim token. So this is key. If you can keep boss to the end here and you're playing somebody who has 6 activations or 7 activations, you're getting a ton of aims that he can use. And he can use them on the 2 attacks that he has, as long as you save the Empire near the end too. Emperor. And then you always have, now you will die if they come too close. And you can just pop Empire out and bang, 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 do a few attacks and cut them down. I think this is great, to be honest. Maybe I'm just wrong, but Force Barrier is going to keep Bossk alive, keep other units alive. And Force Choke, they close. Force Guidance, Vigilance. So tell me what you think. Tell me if it's going to work, or if you don't think it's going to work. Give me comments and we'll chat about it. Thank you if you got this far. Please leave a comment down below. I like your opinions on the list. A lot of people have come up with better lists by looking at my list and saying, hey, how about this? And I think they're great lists. But I picked this list because I really trying to pick a certain thought about Bossk kind of doing it. And I think I can secure a win with this list. And I will do a battle report with this list. I've got about 3 other battle report lists that I need to do. And always have a great day and let the Force be with you.